Hello and happy Monday. Yay! I don't know who's happy it's Monday. Let me know over in that live chat that happens every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time here on the Niche Lady channel. If my hair still looks a little damp, it is because I had to do a little work out in the rain. We had another one of those torrential monsoons blow through, and it's weird because the wind is blowing a different direction than normal. So all of my shades and things over the tortoises keep getting blown off. And so I was out there like repairing tortoise pens and keeping them dry. And then I didn't really have time to run the blow dryer. So it's all good though, right? Yeah, so we are doing store reviews today. And I have several people who signed up. If you're wondering how you get signed up for one of these, it is over through my Facebook group known as the Niche to Profit on eBay, Etsy, and more. And these are the people who signed up. Now, I'm going to try my hardest to get to everyone. But I first want to make sure that everyone who signed up is in the chat, because that is a criteria. So let me just go through. I think I've seen some of you. I see Penelope over there. So we got you. I think we've got, do we have middle-aged redoer? Are you over there? That would be Melissa Lewis. Are you over in the chat? Give me a little shout out. Let me know you are over in the chat. Let's see who else. Aaron Taylor. Aaron Taylor. Are you in the chat? I'm kind of going through my list in order here. Tara Romanelli. I'm looking for, okay, I see you, middle-aged redoer. Tara Romanelli, I'm looking for you. I am looking for Tammy Collins-Lore. Tammy Collins-Lore. Maria. Oh, Maria, you got a tough last name. Maria Saracheva. Ladybug GTV is your store. And Susan, I see you over there. Is Jennifer West in the chat? Susan Smith is here. Did I say Susan? Did I have a Susan Smith? And Ashley, I see you. I don't have a Susan Smith on my list. Okay, good. I see Tara. Yay. All right, now hopefully my mods are kind of helping me keep track of who is here, of who I read, because I'm going to do the ones that are here, obviously, and hopefully those. Susan Barron, you did sign up. I got you pulled up. Let's see. Okay. So let me kind of put these in order here just to, oh my goodness, who, wait a minute. Which was, I'm getting confused already. Who else said they were here? This chat goes so fast, you guys. Tara, you are here in your store. Let me just let me make sure I get this straight. Got it? All right. Got it. So there's like, I think there's 4 that I'm not seeing in the chat. So that might work out okay. Because we may not get to them. Okay. All right. Woo. Okay. I'll keep it straight. So welcome everyone to another Monday. And I'm still coming off of Florida trip stuff. And, you know, a lot of stuff happens behind the scenes here in between the videos that I put up. We have literally been overhauling the entire house with workspaces. I have this amazing woman who started working for me who is just an absolute organizing genius. And we have done my offices. I got to do an office tour. After I set up my Christmas and July sale. But we have got a working office now, and I've got my stuff on the wall that just feels good. And we took closet doors off, and I've got shelves in the closet and space to hang stuff. I mean, it's awesome. And then we did Rachel's room, which she just feels so much better about now. And then we worked in, I have this pod thing. It's not an actual pod. It's another company. I forget the name of the company. Coolbox. It's Coolbox. Better give them a plug. They give me a really good deal. So I have a Coolbox in my driveway to kind of help the overflow out of the garage. And so, but we had to go in and completely revamp that the other day. Still not done, but we made a lot of working space in there. So we've done that. And tomorrow, I'm super excited about this. Tomorrow, we start on the garage. I mean, and when all is said and done, every single workspace is going to flow, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. And it's going to pay for itself in time savings of, you know, hiring people to help me do this. So really super excited. I know I need a vacation from the vacation. Hey, I'm planning another San Diego trip here next. I would go this weekend if I have the videos in the tank, but I got to get the videos ahead first, and then work around Jordan's crazy schedule too. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But we've been having these crazy monsoons coming through, which also has kind of been a catalyst in getting this stuff done, like the Porch Project. I was just thinking today, had I not done the Porch Project when I did, I would have lost so much stuff. It would have been insane. I would have been crying. But because we did this project, nothing was in harm's way. I did have to like pull some of my nice vases and flowers down because they were just getting blown over by the wind. But other than that, yes, Melissa, I know where that is. I just have to remember to put it in your next box is what I need to do. I do have it. Monsoons are like a summer thing, but we normally don't get really bad ones. I mean, Vegas normal monsoons are kind of like, yeah, you know, some rain blows through and so, but we have been getting some really torrential downpours and high winds, and it's been a little crazy. A little crazy. Yeah, organizing, I'm going to tell everybody right now, organizing just makes you feel so much like you can feel it in your whole spirit when your workspace gets organized. I mean, and not everyone has the organizing gene. I don't. I know what I want it to look like, but getting there is near impossible for me. So hiring somebody just made sense, and I am so glad that I did. So I highly encourage it, especially if you feel yourself kind of feeling a little down, not able to get stuff, you're not motivated, you just kind of like, you know, kind of blah, don't know what's going on. Like, it could be that your space is not helping your brain. And when you get that space set up, it makes your brain kick into another gear and you can get going. Yeah, Arizona's getting hit really hard right now too. Even harder than we are here. Yeah. Okay. I realize that a lot of people are new to my channel and coming in, and I'm so appreciative of all you new people. But you're probably like wondering, like who's this chick who thinks that she can help people on eBay? Because right now my eBay store, if you go watch my eBay store, it's kind of dragging. And what a lot of that is like I'm doing the live sales. We are shipping out about 80 to 100 items a week right now between live sales, those of you who want things off the video, some of my other venues and things. So we've got this romping flow of stuff, you know, and I don't have anybody full-time. So everything is like shipping and organizing right now. And the eBay is coming because my eBay room is actually a mess. It's one of the big projects, but it has to be done kind of last because we have to get the stuff out of there into a space where we can work with it. So it's coming. I got big dreams for like where this is going. But the thing is that I have 23, I think, yes, this will be my 23rd year on eBay. And not only that, I have been working as, some of you may remember the Education Specialist Program that started in 2004, 2004, I think. So I got trained by eBay to help others. I was an education specialist until they ended the program several years ago. I was also one of those eBay outreach agents. I don't know if anybody ever got the phone calls from somebody at eBay to help look over your store and go through. I was one of those people. So I did the outreach program, worked very closely with eBay. And then as of about 2000, I want to say 2010, 2011, somewhere in there is when I started really teaching others on my own, because eBay was ending all those programs. And I wanted to continue to help people. And I helped my mom remotely get onto eBay. And that was kind of my first dive into virtual teaching others. Since then, I have taught hundreds of people how to build this as a business. And I do help the hobby sellers too. Don't get me wrong. I want to help everybody make money. But my heart is really of those of you who need to make this an income that will sustain you, because I myself have a disability that I cannot go and get a 9-to-5 job. I can't. I will get fired because my schedule has to be so flexible due to my illness. And when I'm good, and I'm hopping and I can do, but when I'm down, I'm down. And most companies don't like having somebody, call in late or call in sick or have to go home sick. So for me, since my divorce in 2017, this is it for me. Reselling is my life. It's the only thing I know. And so I had to make it work. And I want to help others make it work as well, because I know it can. And I know it does. And I know a lot of people are saying that, well, you're getting your income from YouTube, so I don't know, should we trust what you're telling us? And I will tell you, I get income from YouTube because I have a successful eBay business, not the other way around. In fact, if anything, YouTube is the reason that I'm not doing as much on eBay right now. So I always kind of laugh when they, like last week, somebody saying, well, you're not a full-time reseller. I'm like, yeah, I kind of am. Come to my house, man. I'm a full-time reseller. I got this. And some of you are saying, I would love to be full-time, but I don't make enough. You need to make the space. I mean, there's so many things, that goes into it. You got to organize, you got to have the space. And it is a growing process. This is not an overnight thing. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people think can happen with any business. I mean, you're going to start here, and then you've just got to work your way. And I mean, it's about how hard do you hustle? Some people can and will hustle a little harder than those that have to go a little slower. And so you have to know your limitations. You have to know what you can do and what you're going to need help doing. But you absolutely can make this a full-time income, and a really good one. I'm not talking minimum wage here. You can have a 6-figure business if you're willing to work hard. And that's kind of it, guys. This is hard work. It's not easy. The discipline is not easy. Like, you see me in the store sometimes, I'm telling myself, I'm only going to buy things over $20, and I still fail. So I'm still trying to get my discipline down so that I don't have that issue. All right. Did any of my other people come in that I missed since Palmetto Posh Picker just went full time as of today? That's awesome. I love it. I love it. This is working for yourself. I mean, I know most people don't feel this way, but for me, working for yourself is where it's at. Like, there's nobody to answer to but yourself. Okay, I see Palmetto Posh. You are here. Okay, good. We got our stores. So I just wanted to give that background, because I have had a lot of people trying to call me out as, well, your eBay kind of sucks, which is also why I am doing the other project that I am working on We're going to get videos like stockpiled before I go live with it. So we're a couple weeks away where I am starting a brand new from scratch eBay store in a completely different niche than the collectibles and stuff. And I want to really track the process for you as well as the progress for you and show you what's possible. Now, I will never give you the ID to that because then it wouldn't be organic. And then we can't say that, well, because of your YouTube channel is why that did as good as it did. But that is a project that I'm working on, and that will be out soon. And I also totally, I never would have said this, you know, even 10 years ago, multi-channel is now where it's at as well. It's why I use List Perfectly. You know, I couldn't cross-post without that. So List Perfectly is the tool that I use to send listings out to Etsy, Poshmark. I don't do Mercari. I might come back to Mercari. Mercari made me mad, and I ended all my Mercari listings because they just made me mad about something. But I may go back to Mercari because I'm hearing a lot of people having success there. I won't do the Facebook Marketplace just because my marketing for, you know, the channel and my brand and everything is on Facebook, and I cannot take a chance that something would happen that would cause me to lose my Facebook account. I mean, that would be absolutely devastating for me. So I can't mess with Facebook. I don't trust Facebook. So I'm not touching that one right now. And I do post on Cherish, and crossing fingers that List Perfectly adds Cherish soon. Because that will be exciting. But yeah, cross-posting is where it's at because each one of the marketplaces has a different clientele that shop there. So you're reaching different audiences on different sites, and it's a beautiful thing. All right, let's dive into these store reviews. Now, all I have done is just brought the links over to have them ready to show you. I have not looked at anything yet. So you're going to get my raw opinion of what I see over there. And we are going to start with Penelope. Are you here? I know I'm probably saying your name wrong. It's Penelope, or it's Penelope? It's got an E on the end. That was about, you know, it's so funny. Like you read stuff and in your head it's just fine, but when you have to speak it out there, then all of a sudden it just doesn't sound right. But we're going to go to Penlopes Emporium. And I'm going to add that up here. Dum, dum, dum. Now, let me make this screen just a bit bigger so you guys can see what I'm seeing a little bit bigger. Oh, it's Penelopes. Penelopes. See, it's another one of those. I'm a hooked on phonics girl, and the, you know, and it's the long E sound, the silent E, all that stuff just throws me every time. So Penelope or Penelope. Is it Penelope? Ah! Thank you for the phonics. Thank you for the phonics. See what I mean? I need it spelled out for me. I'm so sorry, Penelope. And that's, gosh, that just sounds, I love that name. That sounds great. Okay, we got it. Penelopes Emporium. Here is your store. And I just want you to notice, Penelope, you have 59 followers, and everyone. So everything that I say for each one of these stores I'm going to look at, go to your own eBay store and look and apply these things. So this isn't just going to work for this person. What I'm going to tell you is going to work pretty much for everybody here in this chat. And she's laughing. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay, so you have 59 followers. That's a number that everybody should be striving to build. And there's really no good way to build that other than list. Because these are not just people who are buying from you right now. These are people that saw something in your store or know you or what. So the more you list, the more that number is going to grow. I don't even know what my number is on that right now. I got to tell you the truth. Okay. So when we talk about followers on eBay, that's the number that we're looking at. because that's when you list new stuff, eBay sends out an email and says, hey, look what this seller put up today. So that's a really important number. And so let's see, you got a little blurb here, and I love that you have a little blurb here about your store. And this is mostly, I will tell you, this part here is mostly important for the search engines because nobody really reads this, unfortunately. So this should be very, very rich in the keywords that fit your niche and fit your store. I do like the new items listed daily in all caps. That's like if nobody reads anything else, they see that. I love that. As long as you keep up with it, that's what people will be looking for too. Do they really? That also is going to cause people to follow you. And you can even give people instructions. Like I would change this up a little bit. Right after that new items listed daily, be sure to follow me. I haven't followed someone for a long time, and I got to remember, we'll run into how to do that, but give them that call to action. Be sure to follow my store. I strive for interesting, unusual, and cool stuff at good prices. See something you like, make an offer. Let's see. So a lot of this people are not going to read. So what you might want to do more here is kind of call out the types of things that you sell. And this is where having a niche makes it a lot easier to do that. Some of you are asking to see my store. I will pull that up too so you can see what mine says in there. Mine needs a little work. I got to update mine a little bit. But like I do know that mine says, you know, antique, glass, pottery, porcelain, the things that I really specialize in. So make sure you're popping those keywords in there for the search engines. Okay, so now we come down to your store here, and you have 337 listings. So Penelope, how many things are you selling per month right now? Because you say you list daily. So I need two numbers. I need to know about how many listings do you get up per month, and how many sales do you make per month? So really nice pictures. That's like the first thing I want to say. Really, really professional looking pictures. You sell about 60 a month. Okay, that's better than I was going to tell you would be about the average for you. And how many listings are you doing per month? I have to look here and I have to watch the chat at the same time. Your pictures are phenomenal. Like, great job on the pictures. Great job on the pictures. At least 2 per day. Fantastic. So what you have with 337 listings, let me just pull up my handy dandy calculator here because I can't do anything without a calculator. So you put about 60, you sell about 60 a month, and okay, so 337, wait, 60 divided by 337. So that is about an 18% sell-through. That's fantastic. 10%, 5 to 10% sell-through is pretty average. So you all can look at that number of how many listings versus how many sales. And then I just wanted her to add in how many she's listing per day, because it's that daily listing that is causing that increase in the average sell-through rate. And this is a matter of just get more stuff, just get more stuff up. I'm going to look at your newly listed. So one thing I see right away that you might want to test is I notice you're putting things kind of in round numbers, like 25, 45, 75, 35, and 12, all of that. So oh my gosh, I love him so much. So what you might want to test the waters with is using the standard retail pricing psychology of lowering those amounts by a penny and making it $74.99. Especially when you get down here into like 25. $24.99 sounds way less than 25. It really does. It is just, it's all this brain thing. I'm going to pull this guy up here. Okay, you've got make offer. So the other thing is make sure you're pricing to accept a decent offer. And I've got to look and see what we'll do a little live. I was looking up a BB belt. So I'm going to look up Dr. Seuss tote. Let's see. Let me go back to yours. What are you calling him? Dr. Seuss by ASD Living Blue White Stripe Canvas Tote Bag. Okay, we're going to talk about that title in just a second. Let me go back. I want to see what a Dr. Seuss tote is selling for. I'm searching highest first. You don't even, there isn't even a Horton Here's a Who over here. I guess that's a Horton here. That's a shopping bag though. Okay, so we've got no good comps to go by in here. These are not the same. And I'm not counting these because that's somebody who's losing money. Somebody could literally buy these and flip them right from eBay and sell them. So let's see what's available. And I'm always sorted by highest first. Look at that. So this helps you because when you have sellers pricing and crazy high prices like that, remember, these are just bots going through and giving suggested prices and all of that. So this is good. I mean, they're never going to sell it at that price. But here's what I wanted to see. Look at that. $65.50. $65.50. And they have sold 10 of them. So guess what I'm going to suggest on that one. Here's another one. $62.99. 18 plus watchers. People are super interested in this. So I would go in there and raise your little Horton bag. That's what I would do right away with that. Like I'd have that priced at like $49.99. I would indeed. So be careful. Like this is one of the ways, there's two ways to raise your income on eBay. It's one, list more. It's also go double check those prices and make sure that you're not pricing too cheap and leaving money on the table. So, because and I love your picture, you know, I love your picture with him like kind of crumpled like that, like he would be if you were carrying him to the beach. Okay. So, and you have the pictures that back up that value. So that's something, if I tell somebody they need to work on their pictures before they raise their prices, it's because those pictures do tell people your stuff is worth buying. It literally speaks 1,000 words. Pictures are really, really important. And maybe, Penelope, you could tell people maybe how you do those pictures. And I would love to have if you could start a thread in the Niche to Profit group about photo taking, I would love that. In fact, I'll go tag you after this is over because I think you've got it down. Like you are somebody I would send somebody to learn how to do their pictures on eBay. These are so fantastic. I just want to say. All right. Let's see. We've got the shipping. So a lot of people don't know that you can put several types of shipping in, but only one of them shows up on your listing page. Yep, you guys, you guys are saying price that baby up at $49. And I would do it like right now. I don't normally recommend anybody leave my live chat, but honestly, because we're live and we have hundreds of people watching this, like before that gets snagged up at that low price, I would go change that right now, like right now. Okay, because I don't want it to sell to somebody watching this, you know. I mean, I want it to sell to somebody watching this, but I want it to sell for $50, not $29. So I could just go over and do that real quick. Okay, so what I want to show you guys is on the shipping, see details. This is the only way to pull up other shipping. Now, Penelope only has one option for shipping. What I like to recommend, and this is not going to make or break whether your item sells so much, but for my listings, I like to put not an expedited because I want to under promise and over deliver. So the main reason I choose the retail ground is most people don't even know what that is. So it's not like in their head they're going, that's parcel or that's first class. They're like, oh, retail ground. Okay. And the biggest difference is in the handling time. So it shows a longer handling time or a longer delivery time also buys you some time to get the item there if the post office messes up. Penelope, I did it again, didn't I? What is wrong with my brain? I'm sorry. I'll get it by the time we're done here. So make sure that, I mean, it's something to consider. And again, I say test everything. If it affects your sales, then go back to what you were doing. If it makes your sales better, then go with it. You got to test. You got to test. I know. What a brain fart, right? I did it again. Love that you have a return policy. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So I don't see anything bad here. And oh, let me see. All right. So this is one of the reasons I also say you have to use the business form or the new listing format. There's two ways to get this, where you can actually fill in this condition box here and not just say pre-owned, but you can say what that condition is. Like, I like to say excellent condition unless it's not. So if it's excellent condition, go ahead and say it. But don't just say that. What's the word I'm looking for? Blah, 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 blah. Expand on it and say, this is what I say, normal wear for age, or normal vintage wear, or something that says there's going to be some wear, and then please see photos. I have never, ever, ever, knock wood, had an issue in my 23 years on eBay saying excellent condition. And I know there's others out there that will have an issue with it. But the key is in, don't just say that. Say why it's excellent condition and say normal wear for age. If it has a blemish or if it has something, you want to spell that out. And the more you write up here, and this is what I'm getting to, the more you write up here in this condition box, the more likely if it's gonna, I don't know how many characters it is, but there's a point where it says read more. And when you click read more as a buyer, it shoots you right past all of this, right down into the description. So that is why I say to fill that in, because you don't want the people stopping and going, oh, maybe I want this one better. Somebody else has a cheaper one. This is like the worst thing I think that eBay ever did to sellers was right here. I hate this with a passion. Used to be able to opt out of this, and you no longer can. So I really, 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 sorry, eBay, I really hate this. I wish you would let us opt out of that. Because their big thing when they were doing this was like, well, if you opt out, then your items don't show up on somebody else's page. I'm like, I don't care. Because of what I sell is not this mass marketed stuff that you want to push on people. Anyway, get off my little high horse there. Excellent use of your item specifics. Yes, people, those are important. You must use them. You must use the item specifics as much as we hate them. Then we're going to come down here. You've got your categories. I would say if you could tighten up these categories and give me like 5 or 6 main categories, are you, so Penelope, see, I did it. Are your camera and photography items, are they vintage or are they new? See, and I might make one for media and then have subcategories of books, CDs, so you've got some things here, have like clothing and shoes, and then put your women's clothes, t-shirts, all of that as subcategories, and tighten up those main categories. Like really get people like deep diving. How do you put in categories? You set that up on the back part of here. Let me do this, and I'm going to pull up my store so I can show you the back end. Stand by. Stand by. You go to manage store. Okay, once I get it out of Seller Hub here, I'm gonna share my screen again. Yeah, you must have a store. This is what I'm telling. This is why I say the store is not just about a savings on fees. A store is how you organize your store and get people to the items that you want them to see. It's how you put all these extra little perky things in your page and just to have a store URL to send people to. Yeah, Etsy lets you have categories as well. They call it something different. What do they call it in Etsy though? It's not a category. It's I forget. Vintage. Okay, so yeah, so that can all fall under like your collectibles, just subcategories. So I'm going to share again the screen. Oh, maybe I am. There we go. This is the back end of my Manage My Store page. And it's really so antiquated, this page. eBay, what are you doing? Oh, see, I have 377 people subscribed to a newsletter that I never send out. Look at that. So right over here, you got store categories. So we're going to go to store categories. So here are my store categories. And you can see I made some pretty basic ones, bling and flare. I've got true antiques, which I'm thinking of bumping those someplace else. Not sure yet. But you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have 10. I give you 10. I got 10. But I made them such that, you know, like animals to make you smile. I can put a lot of stuff in there, but I'm going to attract animal people. Vintage glass and pottery has all my glass and pottery in it. And you can use 2 store categories for every listing. And one of the things that I do is you can see up here, I have my special values. And this shows you that I have 2 subcategories. I have my 25% off and I have my 50% off. And so when I run a markdown, I'm only running it on things that I have moved into those categories so that I'm not cheapening my entire store. So here what I have under bling and flare, I guess this is where I got my jewelry, accessories, blah, blah, blah. Under clothing and accessories, I put women's clothing, men's clothing, children's. See, I've got those subcategories. I could even bump the shoes and boots up into clothing, shoes, and accessories. I could work with that a little bit. And when you want to go to work on things within a category, all you have to do is click this over here, and it's going to take you to those active listings to work on. So those categories are truly, truly, where am I? It's a beautiful thing. And when you start those categories right from your very beginnings on eBay, oh my gosh, it's so much easier than going back later and having to move everything into categories. So I just wanted to make that point. I don't change the or best offer. I keep it because by the time I've moved stuff into those categories, it's like, okay, come on, bring me an offer. Let's move this stuff. Let's get it sold. Let's go. It's time to take that money and run and go buy something else that'll sell faster. So just keep that in mind. Okay. All right. So let me just go back. So Penelope, I don't really have a lot to critique on your store except your pricing. That is the one thing. And let me bring back. Oh, let me drop. If I could just learn how to push buttons. I do want to go look just kind of at what's selling for you. And Emporium is great. Emporium is a great name for a store because you can put all kinds of stuff in there. So you're selling a little bit of everything. Some books, nicely done, and at good price points. Good. You're on a roll. Like you really are on a roll. If you just keep doing what you're doing, watch your prices, do that little bit of research. But this is fantastic, and you're literally on an upward climb to just getting more stuff listed and keep that sell-through rate going. The 2 listings a day. when you get to a point, do it 4, you know, bump that number up because it's all a numbers game. It is all a numbers game. So that was a nice one to start with, because this is what you want to strive for your store to look like, guys. Like the pictures, I can't even say enough good stuff about those pictures. So, and I know pictures can be hard. Like it's sometimes hard to get those pictures just right. So I'm sure Penelope, I'm just going to keep saying it. Penelope, 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 Penelope. There, got it. I'm sure you're using some kind of an app to do those pictures, but you're still getting those 2 listings up per day. So I wanted to give you like 5 thumbs up, but I don't have 5 thumbs. So okay. Oh my goodness, time is getting away. We may run a little bit over today. This might be a little bit longer of a show because I do want to get to as many of these as possible. Okay. Middle-aged redoer. Middle-aged redoer. Let me make sure you are still over in the chat. Does tagging pictures help? No, because eBay is taking those pictures that you upload, no matter what the name is you gave those pictures, eBay's changing it in their own thing. So it is useful if you're putting pictures on your own website and places that Google's going to pick up and come to. I think maybe like even like Shopify stores and that kind of thing. But for eBay, no, because eBay's stuff is changing everything. Okay, you're still here. Great. Sarah asks, if you start a YouTube channel, at what point do you begin to see revenue? You have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours. Starting a YouTube channel is definitely not an overnight process before you start seeing money from it. It's not. It's a little grueling. So I didn't monetize. Like I had my channel for about 6 years. I want to say my channel is about 6 years old, maybe about 7 years old now. But I didn't even think about monetizing until December of 2019. And then I got my first check in August of 2020 with doing daily videos, daily. So just to give you a little oversight there. A long time. Yeah. And it depends on your content and how many people are attracted to it. So it could be longer, it could be shorter, but yeah, it's not an overnight process, believe me. Okay. I know I'm about to, and 30,000 is my goal for 2021. So I'm like, whoa, this is cool. Yep. See, Julia just started last fall and just hit 500 subs. So it's work. It's work. It's a long-term commitment. Okay, let's go to the next eBay store. So middle-aged redoer. My store offers fun memories with cool things from our past as well as new items in our present. Each item is looking for their new home to bring you each family joy. Might want to proofread that a little bit. New items are posted now. See, and I would put that new items posted daily up at the beginning, like Penelope did. See, I'm not gonna say it wrong again. I'm just not. And you have 23 followers, so that's a good start there. 715 listings. Okay, so I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Penelope. How many listings per day are you putting up, and how many sales are you getting per month? And I know that's an average. I know there's no exact number to that. It's okay. Yeah, we all make, you know what? You guys, all of you, I'm saying this to everybody, but stop beating yourself up if you make a mistake. Just stop. Just stop beating yourself up. It's no big deal. It's just fixable. It's like we are all human. Oh my gosh. You know how many mistakes I make in a day? How many mistakes have I made already on this 45 minutes we've been on? And how many times did I say Penelope wrong? So stop beating yourself up. And I will say, stop shoulding on yourself. I should have done this, or I should do this. I should. There's no shoulding here. Okay, about 10 per day and selling about 3 to 5 packages shipped daily. That's fantastic. So that's about, let's go with 4, let's just say about 120 packages a month. So 715, I'm going to do my mad math again. So what did I say? 120 divided by 715. So you're at about a 17% sell-through with those numbers. Not bad. Not bad. I think sometimes what happens is we set ourselves unrealistic expectations of what a sell-through rate should be. And I'm telling you, industry average is 5 to 10%. So all of you, if you are doing more than 5 to 10% on a sell-through, you're doing okay. And now we are in crazy slow time right now. And we are experiencing a slower than slow time this year. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. I'll bring myself up for this. You know, we have had the past year and a half, everybody was kind of, well, if you couldn't go anywhere, which is still the case for a lot of people, when you did start getting out, it was very limited. People were not traveling. I mean, you couldn't even travel. Disneyland was closed. Like, everything was still pretty much shut down. And we have just started like opening the country back up. So you know what people are doing? They are going. I mean, every flight that I was on for the Florida trip was packed. People are traveling, which means they're not sitting in front of their computer impulse shopping, which means they are spending their money on their travel stuff. So yeah, and this happens every year for summer. People do this every year, but this year it's particularly intense because people are like, freedom! And they are getting out. And so just keep that in mind, but don't let it slow you down from listing. The cool thing is that eBay gives you so many zero insertion fees now. See, another mistake. Zero insertion fee listings now that there's no excuse. Keep going. Keep getting those listings up, because here's what happens historically since the beginning of eBay is that around September, October, people got to get their kids back in school, and now they are back home in front of their computers, and they are not traveling, and they're not vacationing, and they're starting to think about, say it with me, Christmas. So fourth quarter, you don't want to catch yourself in like October, November going, oh man, I really should have dealt with all that stuff over there that needs to be listed. You know, that is your fourth quarter profits sitting over. Come on, everybody, look at your piles right now. Come on, look at them. I know you all have them. We all have them. Mine's actually in the other room. But I know. But that's it. That's your money pile. And if things are slow right now, that means you're not shipping as much right now, which means you can use that time you would be shipping if it was busy to make more listings, so that when you can't do as much listing because you're doing more shipping, you got the flow still going and the money is coming in. And I'm going to tell you what, fourth quarter has never let down. Fourth quarter is where retailers make the majority of their money for the year. So really it's from about, I'm going to say October through February are your money months. Generally speaking, there are some niches where that is not the case. There are some niches where summertime is the big boom, but antiques, collectibles, those are your big money months. And impulse items, home decor, you know, those are your big money months. So you're loving these conversations. Good. Oh, even, yeah, even on the road. They're not just on airplanes. They are on the roads. Yeah. Well, I mean, and I live in Las Vegas, guys. And Tiffany, you can probably attest to this. We're seeing more traffic out on the freeways, especially on the weekends. It's like, wait a minute, it's the weekend. Where are you guys all coming from? Oh, yeah, you're coming to Vegas. So they're here. They're here. Okay. So let's go back over to middle-aged redoer. I forgot your first name. Hold on. I'm gonna get your first name so I can actually call you a name instead of you are Melissa. I can say Melissa, and I won't even say that wrong. Yay me. I don't know. I might jinx myself saying it wrong now. Okay, so Melissa, like I said, I would change that. If you're posting daily, everybody, if you are putting up daily listings, be loud and proud about it up there in your little store header. Loud and proud, because that makes people want to follow you, because then they can find your cool stuff. Oh, they follow you by just hitting this little button right here. Look at that. Save this seller. What happens if I do that? Oh, we had trouble saving. Please try again later. eBay. That's crazy. Here, let's see. What happens if I hit it again? No, look at that. And this is another reason sales are slow right now. eBay and its glitches. But that's okay. We got to work with them. We got to work with them. All right. So let me just put these in order of how you're listing them. Here's something else I want to go through. So see in your pictures, now these are great for Etsy. Unfortunately, not so great for a gallery picture for eBay. It's just a different animal. So if you are, I can ask you, so Melissa, are you cross-posting these listings over to Etsy or anywhere? Or are you just on eBay? You have 1,000 items in your death pile. Yeah, how do you tackle that? Okay, I hear the overwhelm there. You know how you tackle that? Grab an item and list it. Just start eating that elephant one bite at a time. And then the bites get bigger. And then you might look at the stuff and go, what was I thinking? Why did I buy this? I'm not listing this. Put it in a donate pile or a yard sale pile. A lot of you are drowning in piles. Okay, I hear you. Head down, do one edit. Yeah, that's it. And once you start building on that, I'm watching. Oh, there. Yes, I cross-post to Etsy, Poshmark. Okay, so my advice to you for eBay would just to be, see, mistake, would take that first gallery picture and use one of the apps that makes it the white background just for your gallery for eBay. Because these are beautiful for Etsy and Poshmark and all the others. But for eBay, it's not as great. It gets kind of drowned in the search algorithm. So you might test that. Just start testing it on some items and see kind of what happens. See if your views go up. See if your interactions go up. All right. So vintage and marina crackle. Oh, we were going to talk about titles too on Penelopes thing. So we could talk about them here. So let me kind of go into one of your listings. So how many of you have been told that you need to use as many characters as possible in your titles? Raise your hand. Let's see the chat blow up, because I know this is like a really, really common thing that I am hearing out there. And I got this lag thing. I got to wait for your answers. Raising hand. Yes, yes, yes. Raising hand. Yep. Okay. So I have worked directly. Let me come back. Let's go eyeball to eyeball here. I have worked directly with the tech department at eBay because before I got my divorce, long story short, we were developing a software that integrated retail with eBay, and it was all antiques, collectibles, and stuff like this. And so I got to talk to the chief technical officer of eBay in a sit down in a room, like, you know, what does the search algorithm want? This isn't in writing anywhere either. This is not something you can go Google and find out. This is, you have to go to the people that are writing the code. So I will tell you, and they have said this in vague ways out there, but it's all about relevance for the search algorithm. If you have enough relevant terms and phrases to put in your title that somebody would be searching for, great, use all the characters. They're there to use. But if you are just using words just to put words and fill up that space, I'm going to tell you stop doing that. And the reason is eBay's trying to be very intuitive. And what that means is it's trying to guess what it thinks somebody wants to find when they're shopping. So if I'm putting in vintage Amberina crackle glass pitcher, it's probably going to show me listings with less words in the title and those words that I just said higher up. Now, it does take some pricing and other things into consideration. But if you don't want to be the cheapest, then it's really important to be the most relevant. So there are things I would take out of this particular title. Her store name is, what is your store name? Middle-aged. There is a way to add your store header in here too. Middle-aged redoer. See, I can remember. So do you need to use commas? No, you don't want to use any punctuation in your titles unless it is like an apostrophe or an ampersand. The ampersand is like the and that some companies use. If the company uses it like Fitz and Floyd, then use the ampersand. If the company doesn't use it and you just want to say and, then spell it out. So vintage Amberina crackle glass small pitcher. I would leave it at that. I would take off or vase hand blown applied handle. The person looking for this is not looking for a vase. They're looking for an Amberina crackle glass pitcher. So it's really thinking, who is my customer? Who is my, not just who is my customer, but who is my ideal customer? Like, who's the customer who's going to spend the moolah, right? Because there's other customers. I mean, there's resellers that go out and shop for stuff, and you don't want those customers. You don't. You don't want somebody who's going to turn around and flip that thing that you had sold there for, you know, $10, $20 more. I'm just saying, you don't want that. You want the bougie customers. You want the customers who are buying it for their personal collection. They understand the value. They know the value. They know what they're looking for. And that depending whatever item it is you're selling, think about who that customer is and what would they type into search. That's the key. What are they typing into that search box to find that item? And the order of the words matters too. So it is the phrasing, not just the words. So be sure you're just really thinking about that. And you probably have noticed, like when you're doing your research and you're just typing words, sometimes it says all the words that you typed are there, but it's still telling you the results for, you know, buyers or sellers with, how do they phrase it? Not as many words or different words or whatever they say. Yeah, so words matter. So I would just shorten these titles up. Let me go back over. Yeah, same thing with this. If it's a vase, use vase, but if it's a pitcher, fine tune it's a pitcher. You can always go back at some point when the item didn't sell and change the title and see if it changes anything. You change it to, okay, small vase. So then you get the vase buyer. You can always change things later, but try to zero in on who your buyer is. So I'm going to pull this one up. Our America Yankee Candle Jar Topper, Pumpkin Doll, Warren Kimball Fruit Basket. Now, here's an example. All of those words are relevant to this listing. So there's nothing in there that I would say to take out. Bah, ha, 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 ha. You're using the condition box. Excellent. I get to show you a demo of this now to everybody who didn't understand what I was talking about on the last one. See, says used. Both toppers are in. Oh, you have 2 toppers in here? All right. Somehow you need to convey that in the title, that this is for 2 toppers. So you need to say pair of. You need to say pair of. So people know that the value is for 2. All right. And let me come just double check over in the chat. You guys trying to tell me anything over here, because I'm totally like watching over here and not watching the chat. Okay. So here you can see both toppers are in overall good condition. There is some occasional paint loss on both. And then when I click read more, look what that just did. It skipped me right by all of this. Isn't that a beautiful thing? That's the beauty of just putting a big long condition description in here. So I would start this though by saying good condition. I remember the brain. You want to set the tone. Good condition. When I see both toppers, it's all of a sudden like, uh-oh, what's wrong? Like, are you going to tell me something's wrong? Like, it puts a different little mindset in there. But if you start with the excellent condition, good condition, whatever that condition is, and then go on to say, you know, I would add in normal wear for age, and then describe the little bit of paint loss. And please see all, I didn't even read what else you said there. And see pictures for details. Exactly. See, it just bumped me down here. The other thing I would do is I would make this align to the left. Align left, because on a cell phone, this description is going to be very, very difficult to read. Just align left, no center text, guys. And make it as easy as possible for people to see what you need them to see. Like, no longer use bullet points. We don't need actual bullet points anymore, but we need those fact-based, like, quick read sentences. So I would probably add a little more down in here too. Pull things from your item specifics. You know, I always do start with the title, and then I would say something like, you are getting 2 Yankee Candle, Our America, blah, 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 blah. One is this, the other is this, and describe them just a little bit more. So, and just give them a little frou-frou down there. But that, I'm so glad this listing came up, because you can see, you guys, how important this will be. If you put enough, and I guess we could count the characters there. Can somebody count up those characters? Can you see it? If you can count that up for me, like how many characters, because my eyes can't concentrate and focus on that. I'll try not to move until I see that you counted that, because then that is where you know you need to expand on that condition box, so that when you hit that read more, it bumps you right past all those other sellers selling the same thing. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm just gonna, those are really cute too, by the way. I'm seeing 1520 expedited shipping. Oh, you guys are talking about all caps in the titles? Is that what we're talking about? You don't want to use all caps. You really want to, because it's how the brain processes. So when you use all caps, since the internet etiquette book was written, all caps usually means yelling, and your brain doesn't differentiate between the letters as well. So it does kind of make it stand out, but it doesn't help you read it. Yeah. Are you talking about over in the chat? Oh, because my moderators use all caps, so that I know my moderators are the ones saying things, and I can kind of gauge what's happening over in the chat, because then if we have an issue, I can like go, uh-oh, all the moderators are like on this thing here. So that's why My moderators type in all caps. Right. Yes, we are running over a little bit today, so we might get some brand new people to the live. Somebody left a sad face. Somebody left a sad face on Facebook. What is that about? Because I am streaming this to my Facebook page as well today. So, and I see sad face. I don't want to see sad face. Okay, did anybody count for me? Nobody counted for me. All right. Is it too hard to count? Yeah, it just helps the brain differentiate the letters. Because we were always taught a title is the first letter capitalized in each word. And that's the way that our brain still likes to see it. Oh, it's too small for you. All right, there's going to be some dead air for just a moment as I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, because I want you to have this number. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 44, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 57, 58, 59, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 71, 72, 74, 75, 76, 77, 79, 80, 83, 45, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 92. You got to have more than 92 for it to split out. So let's just be on the safe side. Say 95 characters. 95 characters. We'll go with that. Okay. Oh, I was going to talk about this shipping. So I don't know how heavy this is, Melissa, but this is a good case where you might want to include like the retail ground is going to show cheaper also for your West Coast people and maybe help with that. Add more options too, guys. I add a lot of options into mine. Let me go over, let me pick something. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Hold on, stand by. Okay. Oh, I pulled up my store and I can give you that example I was going to show you before. So I have examples up in my header of like the types of things that I sell. And down here, you can see where I've stuffed it with American Brilliant period cut glass, early American press glass, Murano, Venetian art glass, Victorian Art Nouveau. I haven't been doing as much glass as I used to. That's why I said I have some work to do. But I want you to see the concept of this is that I'm stuffing this area with keywords for the search engines. And I don't always list daily, so I'm not saying that. I can't say that. But what I want to show you is, let me just pull up one of my listings here. And so you can see I've got economy shipping as the first thing here. And if you pull it up, well, you can see I will expedite it for the same money. So then the customer can choose the expedited. That wasn't a good example because that's not a heavy item, but it does change the handling time, which is what I said is the reason I do it. So no, it didn't even change that. Oh, it's because, here we go. Let me put a different zippity zip code in here. That makes a difference. There we go. That is what I wanted to show. See the difference? So if you're on the opposite coast from me, you're going to see about a $2 difference. But with my eBay discounted rate, it's not costing me. If you pay $13.80, I'm still paying less than $13.80 for that shipping label. I can expedite it, and you're going to get it faster. See, August 2nd to August 5th versus July 30th to August 3rd. That is what I wanted to show you. Okay. Ta-da. All right. Okie dokie. 80 characters is your title. I was counting the characters in the condition description. Let me make sure I understand the characters I was counting. Condition description. That's what will have you bounce down past the other sellers. Okay. So, and again, I would say the same thing to you that I said to Penelope, is that I would get these condensed down to at the most 10 categories. And the more niched you guys get, the more you can compact these. Like I'm taking all of my clothing, shoes, and accessories out of my Utterly Good Stuff store. So I'm going to get rid of those categories. And I'm going to condense my categories for shopping even more. Niche it up. Niche it up. So yeah, so you can take all these clothing ones, get those as subcategories. Your collectibles, get those as subcategories, and just tighten this up so that when somebody clicks on one of these, they'll see more of your listings. All right, so pricing wise, I would give you the same advice, like to watch just like the pricing on those round numbers. Play with making it $44.99 as opposed to $45, that kind of a thing. I'm always of the opinion too that if you're going to do 22, you might as well do like $24.99, especially if you're going to take offers. That difference between 22 and 24 is not going to cause you not to show up in the stream of the search, but somebody might make a little bit better offer based on you being $2 more. So always think about the offer. Always think about, can I discount this at least 20% for somebody and still be good with the price that I'm getting? I'm just kind of watching the chat over here. Okay. All right. I want to get on to another store, and these are going to be shorter as we go because I'm going to basically cover a lot of the same stuff because I find a lot of the same stuff in the stores. Okay, we're going to do pine tree picking. Got to make sure you're still here. Who's pine tree picking? That is Ashley. Are you still here? Because I know I'm running over when I normally would be done. I have a surprise video going up after I get done here as well. A very long overdue video that I needed to put out. Okay, you're here. Excellent. Let's do yours next. Dum, dum. All right. I love when branding puts a visual image because then people can remember pine tree picking, and you got the pine trees. So if somebody's like, oh, what was that store seller's name? It was, oh, it was pine tree something, you know, and then they can start remembering and finding you again. So I do really love your header. And I would say you need to just go back in and do some of those things we talked about, and fill that little area with some keywords that bring people in to your store. Yeah, it's a great banner. I agree. And then we go down here. I'm not a big fan of the featured item. I got to tell you, I think I have it in mind. Let me see. Let me go back to my store for a second. I don't even remember if I have it in mind. I don't. I took it off. Yeah, I thought I did. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the featured because it's such a gap then to get down to your listings. And now, where the featured item is super important, let me just come up full screen. If you sell like the same stuff over and over and over, if you have like loss leaders that bring your people in, that kind of thing, then featured item is really good. Those are your items that you want to continue selling more of and bring people to your store. For one-offs, it's really hard to know which items are going to, you know, be attractive to which customers. I mean, the more variety you have, the harder it is to pick those featured items. So I would say don't do the featured items unless you're very niched and you have that customer that comes over and is buying that same type of item every time. Let's go back. All right. 309 results, and how many sales per month are you getting? And I see here's an example of the pricing of, you know, using that 99. I love the 99. I use that 99 on, even in my booth, I use that 0.99. So just waiting for her to hear me ask that question. New England Thrifter, what is the fear? What is the fear? See, if you break down, instead of just saying I have a fear of starting, break it down to what is that fear? What is that piece that you have to get over? Because then it's only a piece that you have to get over. It isn't the whole experience. It's a piece that you have to get yourself through. Okay, so you're only getting about 15 sales a month and you have 309. And are you listing daily? Let me just see what your sell-through is. So you're at about a 5% sell-through, which is not, it's not below average. That's pretty average. That's pretty average. The shipping, well, you should just go watch my Get Ship Done playlist. Just ship along with me. Do some practice shipping. So 2 most days. Okay. All right. So then we need to look and go, why are these results not better? Now, I did notice you've only got 4 followers. So are you sharing things to any type of social media platforms? I recommend everybody have a Facebook business page, a Pinterest, and nowadays, depending what you're selling, Instagram is probably the way to go because that's where the millennials are. Oh, you have a fear of learning about what type of shipping. Talk a lot about that over in the shipping videos that I've done. That fear of shipping, it'll cost you money, but it's not the money that you think it's costing you. It's costing you money because you're not selling. Just saying. You're on Instagram and Pinterest, but haven't kept up. Well, that I would test trying to get like 1 post a day over on Instagram. Instagram's where it's at. The millennials are who is buying this stuff now. Really is. They're the decorators now. Your titles are not bad. Your titles are good. So it's just about reach. I am seeing some high shipping though. And you're located where? Let's pull up like one of these ones where I'm seeing some pretty high shipping. Let's pull this up. So you are in Maine. Okay, so you are on, oh, how come it's showing? Oh, it's showing that because I'm still in a New York zip code as I'm looking at this. But let me go to my zip code. Get rates. Let me go back to Vegas here. All right. So you see $20.40 to ship to me. So that's where using that retail ground could help lower that cost that customers are seeing. This is another thing, guys, on the higher priced items. You may not be aware of this, but if you are debating whether to price something at $100 or $80, go with the $100 because you can see over $99, they have this little PayPal credit thing offered. Actually, is it still PayPal credit doing it? It is. It's PayPal credit doing that customers see that they can make payments on stuff. So you do returns. Are you doing? Yeah, I work on the condition box. Like you don't even have a condition for this at all. So if you had, 95 characters up here, we could read more and bump right past all this other stuff that they're trying to show you. Good description. This is what I was talking about to people of, giving line items. So she's done that really well, giving it a little frou-frou. Yep. Filling out your item specifics. So when it says last updated, June 28th, how long has this been listed? I've had a lot of complaints about shipping. I tried other shipping options and I ended up having to pay extra on shipping. Interesting. Like, what do you mean you tried other? I mean, have you just tried the retail ground? Because if you do any other option besides the retail ground, it's going to show the pricing for that option. You can still use PayPal to pay as a buyer. You absolutely can. You can use PayPal, Apple Pay, Google Pay, your own Visa, MasterCard. That's why they did managed payments, is to open up all of the payment options and not make it specific to PayPal. Customers absolutely can still use PayPal. You think that's the one you'd have to, yeah, yeah. Interesting. Okay. Let me go back a little. Yeah, because the shipping does seem a little bit high on some of these items. So 15.20, that's about a 15.20 should be like a 3-pound package though. Do you think maybe you're overestimating? Because I can tell you, I can ship a 2-pound package to the East Coast for about 12 bucks. So maybe it's that you're overestimating the weight in the listings, possibly. Is it true that people do not shop on Instagram? I was told we should include more pictures of lifestyle photos that are not just our catalog. You need to mix it. So the rule of thumb with social media is 80-20 rule. If you're going to sell from your social media platform, 20%, is it, hold on. I haven't done this rule. So 20% should be what you're selling and 80% should be driving and building your community. I believe I got that right. So 80% needs to be the pictures that brings your ideal audience in. And this is, again, this is where niche is very powerful. Like if you sell cookbooks and kitchenwares and things for the kitchen and you're posting recipes and pictures of food, like you are going to build your ideal customer base into that flow so that when you post a cookbook or post a cute little kitchenware, your audience is like, oh, I gotta have that. Yeah. So maybe I weigh each item. Oh, you absolutely. So I would guess that is probably what's happening for you, is that you have overestimated your shipping. And are you using calculated shipping? How are you doing how are you doing your shipping if you're not weighing the items? Because yeah, you absolutely want to weigh your items so that you're just adding that little cushion of what the box will add to it. So that might solve your problem. That might solve your problem. So I would say kind of go through and adjust your weights on your items. Oh, just not in the box. So yeah, just know what the box weighs. So the post office, the USPS, the 8x8x7, that one weighs about 8 ounces with bubble wrap and everything. So you add 8 ounces to that one. The larger box, I call it the number 7, the 12x12x8, that one adds about 12 ounces, if I'm remembering right. So just weigh that box and you'll know how much. That's why I don't dumpster dive boxes. That's why I have standard boxes, because I know the weight of those boxes. And then you just know to add that into the weight of the item that you have. Yep. All right. Okay. So I think that's probably your biggest issues. Your pictures are good. Your pricing looks spot on. I would try working with those weights and the shipping costs, because when people are making a buying decision, they're looking at the combination of the shipping and the item. And if that amount comes out too much, then they're like, I'm going to go find it cheaper. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Next, we are going to look at Susan Barron. Are you still here? Susan. Oh, and I just have to say, I've gotten so many comments. I know it's glassy baby. I don't know why my mouth spits out glass baby. I don't know. I know it's glassy baby. I know that. Up here, I know that, but it just like Penelope. Okay, she's here. Let's go and look at two glassy sisters. It was your store name that made me remember that that is an issue that I'm having. Two sisters that specialize in unique, antique, and vintage items ranging from porcelain, glass, ceramics, jewelry, art, and collectibles. Many of our pieces are curated from our very own collections. Come shop with us. I love it. So see how you got those keyword rich terms in there for what you sell. Fantastic. And how many items a day are you posting? And how many items a month are you selling? And again, we've got some really nice pictures here. I suspect you are using, did I see somebody saying that you're using Canva? I love Canva's background remover. Of all the background removers I have ever used, Canva has the best one, and it's free. It's amazing. Beautiful stuff. See the pricing. Awesome, Nan. That's fantastic. I'm kind of waiting for some numbers from Susan. You got some Wachterspach. I would say, it's Tiger. Tiger, come on. This is true, right? You got to have a lot of phlegm to speak German. 2 to 5 and between 35 to 50 items per month. Okay. Oh, you use Photo Room. Photo Room. Okay, let me go kind of back to the top here and let me pull up my handy dandy calculator. So you are selling, let's go in the middle there. Let's say you're selling 40 items and you have 565 listed. So that's about 7%. If we give the bigger number, let's say if you're selling at 50, you're at about 8 to 9%. So you're in the high side of the average sell-through rate. So it's truly, and you guys, it is a numbers game. It is a numbers game of you're going to sell a percentage of what you list. I mean, that's just how it's worked this way for the 23 years I've been on it. It's list more, sell more to simplify it, and yet then increase your chances of selling more by doing some of the things that we're talking about today. I haven't tried Photo Room, but I love canva.com. It's how I do my thumbnails, and it's like, oh, it's great. Great, great, great. So what do you think needs improvement in your store, Susan? Because your store looks really good to me. And your sell-through, for what you're selling, you know, the vintage collectibles is a slower sell-through. I mean, we've got to reach people on an impulse level, and your pictures are fantastic. So I would ask if you also are using Facebook pages are tough though, unless you like promote. They used to be a lot better. But it does give your customers a place to connect with you, message you, that kind of thing. That's why I do recommend having the Facebook page. Instagram is a little bit more user-friendly for it actually coming up in a flow. Excuse me, guys. Because if somebody reads your post on Instagram and likes what they see, Instagram's going to go, oh, well, let me show you more of what they're putting up. And it'll just get in your regular flow, which makes it really cool. Yeah, we're going long today. I know. I didn't expect this, but I don't want to leave anybody out that I said I was going to get to their store. So, but we are starting to shorten it up by repeating some of the things that we said. Again, I am on the shipping. Let's look. You're shipping out of Maryland. A lot of you are on the East Coast. So you're shipping out of Maryland and you've got just the one option. So again, I would play with those shipping options in there, because you're going to see a substantial difference in what the customer sees on the opposite coast if you add like a retail ground. And a good, you've got the, look at that. Let's just skip right over. I would, with your descriptions, kind of break those into more sentences that are each on its own line versus the kind of the run-on paragraph. Makes it just easier for your customer to see everything. Let's see, are they showing you? See, no, well, there's one. Yeah, a sponsored one. I'm not big on the sponsored thing. I don't like the sponsored thing. I hate the sponsored thing, but it's what eBay does. Okay. Some have more than one option. Okay, some have more than one option. That's good. Okay. And is this guy super heavy? Because 2360 would be for, I'm thinking like a 4 or 5 pound package. So is he going to be that heavy to ship? Jerry, am I getting you in trouble now? I promise. We're not going to be that much longer. He is that heavy. Wow. I would not have thought he was that heavy. Okay. So then you might want to look at like FedEx or UPS as potentially less expensive if you're able to ship that way. I just helped Alex and Aaron at Chapter 2 Vintage Co. with an item that was showing like $80 to ship to me, and they changed it to UPS and it brought it down to 53. So on those heavier items, sometimes changing to the FedEx UPS option can make a big difference. Let's see. Yeah, because I'm assuming that's first class, so that makes sense. Are you okay? Yeah, you've got best offer. Yeah, I think you're going to see a big increase as we get into fourth quarter. I would build up the Instagram. Everybody who sells this kind of stuff, Instagram. I'm going to just come on here and say it. I had no clue what I was doing on Instagram. I still don't. But my millennial daughter keyed me in that is where my customers are now. Like, ooh, I need to be on Instagram. Pinterest, I don't know. The thing about Pinterest is it comes up in Google searches. That's the key with Pinterest, is that if you are searching, for an antique American brilliant, and you do an image search, Pinterest, 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 Pinterest. And people click on those. And if they click on those and it's an item that's in your store, they can go click right over to the item. So Pinterest is good too. You love Instagram. Okay. I would say your pictures are fantastic. A lot of the same information I gave before, maybe tighten up the categories so you're fine tuning and funneling people in where you need them to be, and put the call to action. This is for everybody. Put the call to action in the up here of please follow me, save me as a seller, whatever that language is. Save this seller. Please click save this seller. Tell them what to do. Tell people what to do. Click save this seller and you'll be notified when I list more awesome stuff or something like that. Give them that call to action so that you get more people following your store, so that when you list new stuff, they get an email. Is it easy to list on Pinterest? Yes, sure is. And a lot of the questions over I'm seeing in the chat, like if you are not already in the Niche to Profit Facebook group, please come join us over there. Because I mean, we go into bigger detail on that stuff. Let's see. I'm going to look at Tara. Are you still here? Is it Tara or Tara? Give me the phonetics here. Give me the phonetics. So I'm not continuing to say it wrong. Okay, you guys are going to see I have fallen off the wagon. I have. But if I don't take a drink, this frog is going to keep rearing its ugly head. And I'm looking. Is Tara still here? I've got. She's here. So is that Tara? Tara. Am I saying it right? I see. I don't even know. Well, like, I'm looking at how you spelled it there, and I'm thinking, is that, or is it Tara? Is it Tara? Just tell me yes or no if it's Tara. You know, and it's one of those things, guys, if you don't want to do the social media yourself, I know it's an expense, but you can get like a virtual assistant that will work for cheap and do your Instagram. Like they can sit there and spend an hour once a week, schedule out all your Instagram stuff. Like if it's just really, if you're against, oh, like not like, so it's Tara. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so bad. Tara. Am I okay? Okay. Oh my goodness. See, I make mistakes, guys. Susie Q, be nice. I will move on when I'm ready to get her name right. Okay. All right. Tara. I have a friend named Tara too, so I should know this. I love this too. I love this. My who's its and what's its galore. I'm a color person, but I will tell you, and in fact, I'm not going to scroll down until I ask the question in the chat. If you see this, people, what is your expectation of what you're going to see in the store? What do you expect to see when you scroll down to the store? And I don't know. I haven't looked yet. I'm going to look at this same time as you, but I would love to know what your expectations are when you go down into the store. Let's see. I wish I could remember the theme that song goes to. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's its and what's its galore, but I don't remember the tune. Isn't that Ursula's song? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, see how everybody is saying they're expecting to see things from the ocean. I'm just thingamabobs and who's what's its. So that's kind of the expectation you are setting with that header. And let's go down and see what's there. And I'm coming, so we got Pokemon, Pottery Barn. So you can see, I'm kind of like, oh, that's not what I was expecting. Also, I'm going to put this into gallery view. Just makes it easier on me. The white background is great that you're using. Are you listing from your phone or are you listing from a computer? I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing. Yep, that song. So I think Ursula sings the other one. Okay, some people saying it would be everything, but I asked the question just because our brains are a powerful thing. And if you find beachy stuff, I would probably be listing beachy stuff. From a computer, listing from a computer, great, because you can use the photo editor built right into eBay and brighten these backgrounds up with just a couple clicks. Super. You don't need to do the perfect white background. If you just use that editor and you brighten and contrast that background, boom, you'll have an almost perfect white background. And it'll just help these pictures pop a little more. All right, I'm going to ask you the same question. Let's see, you've got 227 results. How many listings are you selling per month? And how many are you listing daily? Oh, you put your listings right on Pinterest as soon as you list it. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Ah, that's an interesting thought. Okay. The picture, I would expect more colorful thing, which is kind of like the point I'm getting to. If you pop these pictures, that's going to help. About 5 daily and 30 a month. If you're selling 30 a month, let me show you. See, I think you guys are too hard on yourselves. You've got a 13% sell through if you are selling 30 items a month. So that's not bad at all. And that means you're doing something right because people are coming over. Now, I suspect you are selling a lot of lower dollar items from what I see in your store, which is also a way to get more things sold, but you're going to work a lot harder to make the money. So let's just take a peek. These are your solds I'm looking at. So it looks like you got some stuff that's selling some good prices. So $9.99 on the Ziggy mug. Okay. Not bad though. You're getting some good prices. So if you're not making the money that you want to make though, I would be careful about using the time to list $1.99 items. $5 and under items, you're not getting paid. You're just not getting paid. You have to value your time. There's one of my little soapboxes. You must value your time. You must think to yourself, if I were to go get a job, what is the least amount I would accept per hour? Let's just say it's $10 per hour. So if you have to put an average of 15 minutes into an item, then whatever you paid for the item plus the fees plus about $2.50 needs to come off the top. So on a $1.99 item, you're looking at, I got to do math in my head real quick here, guys. You're in the negative. You're in the negative. But what I would do is take like those Pokemon things and bundle them together and make a listing that's going to pay you your value. Like, honestly, guys, $5 and under items, unless you can mass list items, is not where your money's going to be. It takes the same amount of time to list and ship and the space to store those items. But you can bundle those items together so that you can make a listing that pays you for your time. So be careful of that. Value your time. You deserve to be paid for this work you're doing. I hear a lot of sellers out there saying, I'm making less than minimum wage. Well, that's because you're choosing to by your pricing and what you're selling. Doesn't have to be that way. Does not have to be that way. So keep that in mind. $1.99 is what we pay for it, plus time, trouble, gas should charge 4 times that. Yeah. Okay, they were a test. All right. Because you're doing auctions on those. I get that they're auctions. I got you. But I do see, okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you pointed out that you're doing auctions on those. And this is for everybody. I'm not like picking on you or anything. Most items are not great for auction format. In fact, most items I would not do on auction format. And that is because most people don't have the patience to wait unless it is something truly rare, or they're going to get it at such a stinking low price that they're willing to wait and bid. And if they're going to get it at such a stinking low price, then I would question, why are you listing it so low if it would sell for bigger on fixed price? So I recommend auctions in these cases. Number one, something rare. Nobody else has one. The only place they're going to get one is if they buy it from you at auction, and you start it at a price you would be happy with. The other circumstance is if you have something that you kind of know the value of it, but it has a little bit of damage. So it's a valuable piece and you don't know how much that chip is going to detract from the overall price. So again, I started where I would be happy selling it just to gauge where it is going to go. And then loss leaders. So, and those are mostly for people who are selling, let's say you sell a lot of Levi's jeans. Let's just use that as an example. So you sell a lot of Levi's jeans and you want to bring in the Levi's jeans customers. So you start a pair of Levi's jeans at 99 cents because what that's going to do is going to drive that Levi's jeans traffic to your listing, and then hopefully those people are going to shop the rest of your store, or at the very least follow you if they don't win that item. So those are my 3 circumstances for using auction. Now, or if you're the crazy lamp lady, but let's be very, very clear. She built her following before she ever did those auctions on eBay. She has built a business model that did not happen overnight. She worked her butt off. She was on Etsy before she was on eBay, and she had such a huge audience for the items that she was selling. She brought it over to eBay to auction it, and that has worked phenomenally well for her. And anybody can do that. That model is out there for anybody. And in fact, one of the people that I coached did a $5 million a year auction business on eBay. And I coached them off of eBay because what they were doing was using their own email list and social media and building up this following for the stuff that they were selling in auction format. Then they would list all the auctions, tell everybody, you know, on their list, their following, that they were running these auctions, and then people would come over and they would bid like crazy and buy it up. I said, why are you doing that? Why are you giving eBay 10% of what they didn't earn? Because in that case, they did not earn it. You know, he was driving all the traffic. And we actually talked about, like, you really should just have your own auction house. Like, and so guess what he has now? He has his own auction house. And he's not on eBay anymore. So there are phenomenal business models that you can build that do incorporate doing auctions. But yeah, and like to the average person, looking at people who are able to do 99-cent auctions, or like Jocelyn starts hers at $4. They have built that following in order to do that. They have made it so that they're pretty sure that nothing is going to sell at that opening bid. But the average seller doesn't have the traffic to do that, and you're going to end up selling things way super cheap. So that's my mantra about auction format. Yep. But yeah, no, yeah, like Jocelyn's got an amazing thing going, and I salute her. She's an amazing businesswoman. She really is. But it's not easy. I mean, you better be sure she works her booty off. A lot of people think, oh, she's just out making videos. You know, she's not really doing any of the work. No. She's in it. That girl is in it, working it, doing listings, doing the editing for all of her stuff. Like, she is working. She is working. But you get to that point, you have to bring in help. You have to bring in help at some point if you want to grow this business, because there's only one of you. So keep that in mind too. Make that a goal. It's like, do that stuff you don't like doing right now with the goal of make enough that you can hire somebody else to take that over and do more of the stuff that you enjoy doing. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to her store over here. Let me see. So, okay, there's your categories. See, again, the same advice on condensing up the categories, kind of. And okay, so Tara, do you have a profit pile, aka death pile? Do you have piles of stuff that's not listed? Here's my next question for you. And then I'll give you my next little piece of advice. Yep, she has 12 employees. Absolutely. You would have to. I know her numbers. And there's no way you could do the business she's doing without employees. There's no way. Okay, you have a pile. So of these things that you're selling, I'm looking at your category. I'm not even looking at the stuff. I'm looking at your categories because I see bathroom sets, books, clothing, shoes, dinnerware. What of these things do you love? What of these things brings you joy when you list them, when you find them in the wild and when you list them? And that's like the thing I hope people get out of my videos is my emotion when I find this stuff. Is like that excitement, that, ooh. And then when you go back into your pile of unlisted stuff and you go, oh yeah, I remember when I found out this thing is so cool. Like that feeling. What of this stuff brings you that feeling? Because a mistake that I see a lot of sellers do is buying it because you saw somebody on a YouTube video say that this is worth a lot of money. I can't even tell you how many comments I get about stuff that I pass by and I have to explain. It's because I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to deal with it. You know, if I was desperate for inventory, I would get it. But do that stuff that you love. And I'm still waiting for Tara to answer me on that question. I was hoping you could we could narrow it down so that you could reduce your pile of stuff by reducing these items that you're selling that are actually diluting your customer base. You get what I'm saying there, guys? When you are selling too much of everything. Okay, you love mugs. So mugs, cups, maybe kitchen stuff. I mean, how much Disney stuff do you have? I didn't even look. Let's see how much. Look over at your Disney stuff real quick. My internet is going slow right now. You don't have any. It's telling me you have no. Okay, so there's a setting. Oh, there it is. You have 6 Disney things. So mugs, but what I'm trying to get you to is, does clothing and shoes and accessories bring you joy? Because if you're selling collectibles, pottery, glass, mugs, clothing and shoes is like not the same customer unless it's themed, unless it's like pop art clothing or vintage clothing. You get what I'm saying there? Is like make sure that everything in your store is cohesive. And I guess the Calvin Klein pantyhose kind of threw me as like it's right next to, let me show you guys what I'm looking at. I mean, it's right next to a Pottery Barn fish plate. And you can see like now we're looking more like, and I don't, this is not in any way to sound as an insult, but this is more of like a yard sale going on than a specialty store that I want to spend big money in. Does that make sense? You know, I want you guys to get the prices. I want you to work. I want you to work less hard and make more money. Like that's the goal. And the way you do that is that you find those things that seller, they want to follow. They want to know every day, what did you list in that store? Like I have those sellers and like, I'm like, oh, what did they list today? Ooh, you know, and it's impulse buying. And I'm like, oh man, I'm at least going to go put that on my watch list. Because if they do that, that boosts it eBay wide. So that's kind of the goal we're trying to get to is make your customer excited about everything that's in your store versus like 1 or 2 items and then they never even look at you again. You want to be memorable. It also is what is going to make them save you as a seller is if they come in there and they're just like, ooh. Kim said, I have so many different items and I have way too much inventory to not list the variety. So I guess I'm stuck for a while with this stuff. I don't have a niche yet. You probably do. You probably do, Kim. Most people have a niche and don't even know it. Like, let me just look. Now, Tara, you've only got 227 listings. So you don't have a big store yet. You got time to work this out and figure out what it is that brings you joy and what sells. And so it looks like you do have a lot of mugs. So think, what else does the mug buyer shop for? Who is buying these mugs? And why are they buying them? Are they buying them as a collector item? Are they buying them to give as gifts? Are they buying, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get to. And then what else do they buy? Oh gosh, well, maybe they would also buy, and I'm just going to throw stuff out there. I don't know if this is true, but maybe they buy cute measuring cups or tablecloths, or you know what I'm saying? It's a genre of like, what does that same person look at when they're in the store? I mean, you've been selling since January. You're doing great then. You're doing great having 227 items. Okay, so I don't want to discourage you. You've got stuff going on here that seasoned sellers don't have in place yet. So I am not doing this as any kind of discouragement. You've got a lot of things you are doing really well in here. And you're getting sales. I just want you to get better sales now. I want you to start fine-tuning this store into things that bring you, like waking up every day and hitting that profit pile and getting that stuff listed. Like, that's what we're striving for, is like, woo, yeah, you're getting some good suggestions over there. Good suggestions over there. Vintage tea diffusers, spoons, kettles. Yep. And that goes with the cat, and that's where I was going with the categories. Fine-tune this down to, with only 227, I would try to fine-tune this down to like 4, maybe 5 main categories. And everybody, that is the goal, is to find things that all work together. And then start weeding out those things that are just not serving your overall selling, because they could be costing you the sale. Because when you list like items, if you're listing Starbucks mugs all in a row, you sell one, all your other Starbucks mugs just got a boost. So that's the other reason. Like items bring like item sales. Linens, sell a linen, all your other linens get a boost. See what I'm saying there? So that's why the niche. That's why I am the niche lady. All right. And again, all of you are over that I picked these stores for. You're in the Facebook group. We will continue the conversations over there for sure. I want to hit one last store, which belongs to Tammy Collins. If you're still here, Tammy Collins. Lore, are you still here? I hope. And that's the other thing. You can see just here in this chat, everybody has great ideas. And that's why I have the group. It's not all my ideas. I'm limited. I'm only limited to what's in here. Whereas the group, we have 11,000 sellers with great ideas. We are positive focused, problem solving focused, and it's all about like growing your business. And so I hope you are all over there. And I have a feeling that Tammy may have left, which is okay. We can talk to Tammy over in the group. I will give Tammy some feedback over in the group, since we are like, poop, we have gone 2 hours today. My goodness. I hope everyone got something out of this that you can go and apply to your own eBay store. If you don't have an eBay store, that's the first place I start. Go get the eBay store. Even if you're new sellers, you can get an eBay store for $5 a month. $5 a month. And get your categories going, because the categories help fine tune your niche. You're going, oh wait, I've got these categories, like, and this thing doesn't fit in those categories. And then you start going, is this really like what I want to be selling? It helps you look at things. If you can't, if you have to go keep making categories, that's when you start going, Maybe I need to like look at this a little bit more. All right, so do that. Those of you who are established, keep listing, daily listing. I know it sounds grueling, daily listing. And if you only have 1 day a week to list, schedule those listings out so that you've got a couple of listings every day going up in your store. And over in the group, we do a daily listing challenge. So those 11,000 people in that group get to see one of your active listings if you do the work and you post in our listing thread for the day. So we've had a lot of people selling stuff just because of that, getting more eyeballs on things. So if you are afraid to get started on eBay, let's get you over that. Whatever that piece is, for a lot of you, it's shipping. And I can guarantee if you're afraid of losing money on shipping, be more afraid of losing money because you're not listing and selling. So just override one fear with the other. And we're all here to talk you through it, walk you through it, get you through it. So let's do this, guys. Let's make these businesses phenomenal no matter what glitch eBay throws our way. We can do this. You can do this. And I'm going to wrap it up and say, please go watch the video that I'm going to make go live right after I end here. It's to thank so many of you that have been so supportive of me. And I just wanted to give like a very, very public thank you for that. And moderators, thank you. Go check out their channels. I don't pay them enough for this. No, they're volunteers. So everybody is just so supportive, and it's something I never had my entire life. So for me, this is my dream come true, as all of you. Like, I could not have this without all of you, and it means the world to me. So with that, go be profitable and make it fun. And we will see you on the next one.